Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn, the leather bag lady. How are you all today? It is Monday morning, and if you can see the sun coming through my window, well, it's not directly coming through my window, but it is a beautiful morning. Leather bag lady weather report. I have walked home from the mechanic this morning who has just called me with a $700+ car repair. But he said because the car's four-wheel drive, everything is more expensive. But it's such a reliable car. And he said to me, it'll last forever. It's a Toyota engine. So I'm just grateful that I have the money to fix it. It's just going to come out of my emergency fund, which I guess that's what emergency funds are for, right? I've never had an emergency fund before, so I feel quite blessed that I even have it. Anyway, today's bag isn't a bag I was actually going to show you. I forgot I had this bag actually, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It reminds me a lot more of is it the Betsy Johnson? The leather Betsy Johnsons? I actually thought it was a Betsy Johnson, but it isn't. It's very similar to a bag I sold recently to a very good customer of mine, Emily, in the States, who I actually just mailed a bag off to her this morning. So Emily, if you're watching, I'm presuming you've got the notification to say that it has been mailed out. This is by Adrienne Vittadini, who has a very Italian name, but she is an American designer. And it is just gorgeous. It has so much going on. So let's get started talking about it. The leather is so soft, and I hope this is clear. Some videos I do, it's not clear. I don't know what the difference is from video to video, but it is so soft. I would not be surprised if it isn't lamb. There isn't a label inside that definitively tells you that. I mean, there's lots of labels, but it just says, if I can get the English speaking one. No, it doesn't. It doesn't give you what the leather is. But, oh my goodness me. I'm 98% sure it's lamb. It is just so gorgeous. So it has 3 tiers of ruffles, and there's all leather behind it as well. And then you've got your bottom tier. The base of the bag is a nice, solid, kind of, it's not a gusset per se, but it will sit almost like a gusset. There's no feet. It's 13 inches across, so it's a good size bag. Moving up the bag, there are 2 methods for closure. There are 2 magnet closure options. So it will close like that. And then you've got your shoulder strap, which is very comfortable. I love this chain with the leather strip running through it. Now, if you wanted to, you could make it into, and I'm just doing that so I can cinch it. You can make it into a bucket bag with drawstring and these beautiful tassels. And that way you could wear it quite nicely as a crossbody. Wouldn't be my choice. It is quite a high sitting crossbody. I'm not sure what that strap drop would be. I actually was going to list that, but I didn't. 22 inches, which is fairly standard. This would not be my choice. I prefer to leave my bags as accessible as possible. So I would have it open like that and just use it as a shoulder bag. And these tassels would then just be for decorative element. I love tassels, so I am not mad at a tassel, even if it really doesn't have much purpose. The strap is gorgeous. Really nice. There's a few little threads, nothing broken or anything like that. No, it's a beautiful bag. Very unique. Not many people are going to be walking down the street with this bag. It's internally, there's your Adrienne Vittadini nameplate. It's a brown interior. It's like a silk. Very, very clean zipper. And then it has a couple of compartments, very small phone compartments. So that dates it. I'm going to say late 90s, early 2000s. And there you go. That is today's bag. Just very unique. Little bit of a fashion piece of art there, that's for sure. I've said this before. That's what I think about a lot of these bags. I mean, look at this little backpack that I was using this morning when I went to the mechanic. So this is my bag. This isn't for sale. It does have a huge ink stain in it, but that stuff doesn't bother me. But it's leather and it's gorgeous. It doesn't have to be a backpack. You can close these straps up and just make it a shoulder. Just love it. Oh, actually, it's even got one of these little toggle clothes. I mean, I would never use that. But, I mean, what's the point of that? A bit of a waste of time if you ask me. But anyway, so just, you know, pieces of fashion history, different colors. People are so creative. So that's today's bag. What did I do this weekend? I went to Fort Erie this weekend. Spent some time with some old friends that I've known for probably 14 years now. Didn't really do much. Spent an awful lot of time hanging out with a 2-year-old, which fantastic little girl, but yeah, not really my idea of a weekend away, that's for sure. But it was nice to get out of this place, and one of my friends is a bit of a car guy, so got to see what he's working on these days. Nice 97 Camaro, just in pieces. He's putting floors in it, so it looks like junk in my opinion, but it'll be beautiful when it's done, I'm sure. Anyway, so that's enough about my weekend. Hope you had a great weekend. Weather-wise, it wasn't bad. It was cold. It was really cold, but we're getting some melting snow now. I almost went on my ass 2 or 3 times on the way home from the mechanic. I will be sore. It's been a long time since I've done a 45, 50-minute walk. So anyway, that's fine by me. Did my weights when I got home. You've got the post-workout hair. Hopefully I can keep it going. I mean, the gym's open, but it's just so cold. I don't mind doing a little bit at home. So history piece, we're still with Burberry. Holy Hannah. We'll be with Burberry for a few more days, that's for sure. So, oh, maybe not. So this is interesting. Now this is, Burberry is a UK brand. And I don't know if any of you out there are from the UK or follow soccer, football in the UK. But back in the probably mid-90s, early 90s, early 2000s, hooliganism, it has always played a part in professional football. My dad was a professional football player back in the day, and it was very apparent that there were certain parts of the stadium that we could sit in and certain parts that we couldn't, and that was why. Burberry has a huge problem with counterfeit, which most of the elite designer brands do. So in the early 2000s, the Burberry brand was very familiar with the thugs that would create havoc at football games. And I guess that just happened because of the footage on the news. They'd all be wearing Burberry scarves or Burberry, you know, which, I mean, how ridiculous is that? That something so unrelated becomes related. But yeah, early 2000s, Burberry was associated with football hooliganism. And the trench is still made in Britain in their own manufacturing facilities. So very much like Roots. Don't know how long that will be though, because Roots no longer is owned by the two original gentlemen that founded Roots. But their leather manufacturing facility is still in Toronto. But like I said, that almighty dollar outweighs any romantic notion of it being a homemade product. And especially when the original owners no longer have majority stake in the company. Heartbreaking for them, I'm sure, but a money-making option to go where the labor is cheaper, where hydro is cheaper, facilities are cheaper. It's going to catch them. If not already, it will catch them at some stage. It's just the way the world works, unfortunately, which is why selling vintage, buying vintage, there's no better way to do it. It just, in anything, appliances, audio equipment. I mean, obviously technology, if you want the latest technology, then this doesn't apply. But I look at my Stacker washer and dryer that I've owned for 16 years, that was secondhand when I bought it. It's brilliant. It's still going strong. Touch wood. I don't need it to crack out or crap out now, that's for sure. So anyway, that's it for today. Have a great rest of the day, and let's see what kind of little gem I can show you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.